Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today join me. Let's decorate a cake. It's for a birthday. I'm starting off with my vanilla cake, and today I'm using a Swiss meringue buttercream, and it's gonna be filled with dulce de leche. I am today trying out using acetate paper like as a mold to form the cake into the actual pan when I'm molding the cake. And the reason I'm doing this today is because the Swiss meringue buttercream is a softer texture. It's more like smooth and velvety in texture. So just to ensure that it holds its shape, I molded the cake and filled it using the acetate paper and the shape of the actual pan that I baked the cake in. After molding it, I put it into the freezer for like probably half an hour. And now I unmolded it, added some of the buttercream onto the cake board, and added the cake onto there. Now it's time to go ahead and just do a crumb coat. This allows all of the crumbs of the cake to be locked in, enabling a smoother surface to work on when decorating the cake. I'm not sure if you're able to see, but the Swiss meringue buttercream is like smoother. It's almost like butter texture. It's like, I would call it like a rich, upgraded buttercream. It gives like this velvety, soft, smooth texture to it. And it's supposed to be really, really tastier, smoother, not gritty like a normal American buttercream would be. So I'm just adding more of the buttercream onto the cake, just smoothing it off, removing all of the excess. Here I'm just using my offset spatula to clean up the corners. And using my bench scraper to just try to achieve a smooth, even top. This here, I already added another layer of the buttercream, and again, I'm just cleaning off the extra lip of the cake just to ensure that the corners are nice and sharp. As usual, I just keep working with it until I achieve that nice, smooth finish that I'm looking for. And because this cake wouldn't be covered with any fondant, I want to achieve really nice, smooth, sharp edges, and also the coverage needs to be really nice because that is going to be the looks of the cake. So I just keep going in with my bench scraper just as usual, dipping it into some hot water so that it allows me to smoothen that corner, removing any air bubbles, and just keep scraping until I get a smooth surface. Then at that point, I put it back into the freezer. For today's theme, I'm looking to get a marbled buttercream effect. So what I did is I took a piece of acetate paper, measured it around the circumference of the cake, and I marbled the pink and white buttercream onto there. Now after the cake is cooled, I go ahead and I wrap that acetate paper around the cake. What happens here is because the cake is cooled in the freezer, it enables that acetate paper with the soft buttercream to adhere properly onto the cake. So what I'm doing is using my fondant smoother to just gently push the acetate with the buttercream up against the cake, just ensuring that there is no air pockets and that it's properly adhering onto the cake. And then when I feel comfortable enough that it's properly and neatly secured onto the cake, what I did was set the cake back into the freezer for like another half an hour, allowing it to properly set up. After half an hour, I removed the cake from the freezer and gently peeled back the acetate paper to reveal the beautiful marbling effect of the buttercream. I used a sharp knife just to make sure that the seal where it joined was properly neatly smooth. And then I went ahead and I added some more of the pink and white where I felt like it was needed, and I just used my bench scraper to just smooth it off until I achieved the marble effect I was looking for. So at this point, what I did is just pretty much played around a little bit, just adding a little bit more pink into the certain areas, some more white, and try to blend it as much as possible until I achieved the look of marbling that I was going for. I just kept using the band scraper, just putting on buttercream, smoothing it off until I feel like it was nice, smooth, and marbled enough. And then, of course, I went ahead and I cleaned up the cake board. Now it's time to go ahead and paint that border around where the marbling joined onto the actual cake itself. I started off by using some edible gold dust, which I mixed with some Everclear liquor, which is really good. The percentage of the alcohol in there is very high, so it evaporates and dry up really well, and it doesn't affect anything as far as moisture in the cake. I figure I'll go ahead and I'll paint the golden border around because, of course, it's easier if I was able to just go ahead and paint that on. However, after painting it on, I didn't get the effect that I was looking for. I felt like the gold paint did not pop the way I expected it to give that contrast of where the marbling joined onto the cake. I also used the gold to just outline some of the marbling. After painting it, I decided the best way was to go ahead and actually add on the edible gold paper. I must say this was tedious and time consuming because I had to take little pieces of edible gold paper and just attach it all the way along that border. Together it did work where the gold paint enables the gold edible paper to shine and come through, but it was so much better and more elegant with the golden edible paper on there. Just take some time, some patience, just slowly working my way around until I was able to get it all the way around. And there you have it, the finished product. In the end, combined gold painting and edible paper, the border really popped and I really liked the elegant look that it gave. Then I went ahead and I added the sail topper, which was made using Isomalt. I also have another video which I'll be uploading to show how I made this elegant and simple cake topper. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As always, thank you so much for joining me today to create this beautiful, elegant masterpiece. Hope to see you again soon and have a blessed day.